At the end of the last episode, Saikyou and Mabel were sent to the capital to participate in a tournament, on behalf of the academy, while Alma and Effa also came along to watch. They both easily make it past the first round, but there is a particularly dangerous contestant named Kyle, who uses a cursed evil eye, that renders his opponent completely powerless, and he shows no mercy. Saikyou comes out for his second round, and his opponent is an enormous golem. It's enchanted with magical defenses, and its master clothes that it was specifically designed to fight against mages. She tells Saikyou he has no chance, and should just concede, but as the fight begins, Saikyou quickly summons one of his demons, which slashes right through the golem and disappears. For the spectators it looked like Saikyou just used wind magic, and the woman is confused of what happened. Saikyou returns the favor, telling her she should concede, and he has declared the winner. After the match, Saikyou says it was a close one, but this is confusing to Yuki. Saikyou explains that summoners are banned, so if they noticed he summoned a demon, he would have been disqualified. As Saikyou returns to the stands, Effa is worried for him. After seeing Kyle kill his opponent, she thinks Saikyou should just withdraw from the tournament. Saikyou assures her that he will be fine, and Alma comments on how quickly his fight ended, saying it's no fun to watch his fights. She wonders if he will join the Imperial Guard if he wins the tournament, but Saikyou says he intends to turn it down. Alma is relieved to hear this, although she tries not to show it. Saikyou says he isn't guaranteed to win, but Alma can't imagine him losing, while Effa is still worried. The next match of round 2 begins, and it's Mabel's turn to fight. Her opponent is Harrow, a highly skilled earth mage. When the fight begins, Harrow attacks using his rock blast, but Mabel slices right through it. Harrow was surprised and continuously fires his rock blasts, but Mabel is able to stop them all. Harrow backs away and starts chanting to use his advanced magic. He summons a wall to protect himself, but Mabel throws knives and destroys the wall. Harrow creates multiple walls, but Mabel knocks them down using her daggers. Alma wonders how she is doing it, and Saikyou thinks she must be using gravity magic to make her weapons heavier than the stones. She keeps destroying the walls, and Harrow tries to counterattack, but Mabel charges at him and destroys his staff. Harrow admits his defeat and Mabel is declared the winner. The announcer calls Mabel the unstoppable hero, and Saikyou wonders why she is being called the hero. Alma tells him that Mabel was the name of the second hero, and she even uses the same weapon, but Saikyou comes to a realization. That night, we see a man sending off a carrier pigeon, but it gets intercepted and Saikyou appears. He accuses the man of working for the devils, but the man pretends not to know what he is talking about. As he walks past, he tries to attack Saikyou, but he gets restrained by Saikyou's violence. Saikyou reveals he saw him talking with an information dealer, using one of his shikigami. Saikyou asks him about the message he was sending, but the man refuses, saying he will never talk even if he was tortured. Saikyou summons one of his demons, Satori, and as the man looks at it, Satori is able to read the man's mind. Saikyou asks him questions, and we find out he is working for the devils. Saikyou guesses he is after the hero, and the man is surprised because it should be a secret. Saikyou asks for the name of the hero he is after, and it turns out to be Mabel. Saikyou wonders why he thinks she is the hero, and it's because she matches the description given by their spy. But since Saikyou took out Cordell, they can no longer confirm. After learning all of this, he releases the man from his vines, but tells Satori he can eat him as a reward. The man is horrified, and gets devoured by the monster. Satori remarks that it had to be done, saying it's too dangerous to let him go, but he was actually reading Saikyou's mind, and Saikyou threatens him for doing so. Satori gets scared and Saikyou opens his gate to send him back. Yuki appears, and Saikyou apologizes for scaring her. He calls over his raven, and checks the message from the pigeon, but it turns out to be encrypted, and he wishes he kept the guy alive. Saikyou works out the Academy's plan. It was to send Mabel to win and draw all the attention as the false hero, so the devils can stop targeting Alma. Yuki is curious about Mabel's identity, and Saikyou suggests she must be using a fake name, although he doesn't care to investigate her further, since she is there to protect Alma. The next day, Kyle took out his opponent in the same way, thanks to his evil eye, and a boy named Rhaenus, who can use all 4 elements, also advances. Saikyou runs into Rhaenus, and he tells him he will see him in the finals. Everyone has been talking about him since he can use all 4 elements, and his opponent in the next round is already withdrawn. Saikyou goes up against a necromancer in the 3rd round, but defeats him with ease, and Mabel easily wins as well. After her fight, Mabel confronts Saikyou, telling him he should withdraw before their fight in the semifinals, but Saikyou refuses. She acknowledges his strength and warns him that she will have to go all out against him, but she doesn't want to end up killing him. But Saikyou still refuses to withdraw. There is a sudden announcement that Kyle's next opponent is withdrawn. So they decide to move up the semi-final match between Reynas and Kyle. As the fight begins, Reynas busts himself with light magic to protect against the evil eye. Alma is surprised he can use light magic on top of the 4 elements. Reyna starts to gloat since he is immune to the evil eye, but Kyle slowly advances. Reyna shoots his fireball, but it seems to have no effect. He keeps attacking, using all his different elements, but Kyle is unfazed by the attacks, and continues to move forward. Saikyou thinks he must be using gravity magic. Just like Mabel, Reyna starts to get desperate, and summons an army of golems to defend himself. But Kyle uses shadow magic, and destroys all the golems in an instant. Reynas charges at him, but he is stopped as Kyle binds him with his shadow. As Kyle goes to finish him off, the refs call the fight, and Kyle is declared the winner, advancing to the finals. At night, Saikyou thinks about going back to the academy after the finals, and Yuki reminds him not to win. As he tries to sleep, Yuki suddenly transforms, saying she wants to sleep with him. Saikyou says they sleep together all the time, but Yuki says it has been ages since she took her human form. Saikyou gets a feeling, and notices Mabel on the roof. Thanks to the Shikigami, he jumps on Yuki, making her happy, but there is an explosion, and Mabel makes her entrance. Saikyou prepares for a fight, and Mabel throws her knives at him. She tackles him out of the window, but he manages to back away from her. He tries to bind her with his vine spell, but Mabel is able to defend herself. She charges on him, but Saikyou gets away using his body double talisman. He counterattacks with his spell, but Mabel manages to hold her ground. They are interrupted by a drunk man, but Mabel throws a knife at him to send him away, and Saikyou decides he should get serious. But that's where this part ends. Next part coming soon. Thanks for watching.